not sure. She should have been here a little while ago.
Can I get some water, please?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Here you go.
Sorry, I'm sorry. This way.
This water? I don't want water. I want Coke.
Oh, I'm sorry. One second. Please.
I know.
Here, I'm sorry about that.
I asked for Coke, not Pepsi.
Oh,
Okay, I'll work on that. We'll get that. Be quiet on set. We're going live in 3, 2, 1. Good evening, students, and welcome to Right News at the right time. I'm Cherise.
and I'm Hannah.
So we have breaking news for you all this evening. Mr. and Mrs. Blue Collar proudly announced the birth of Jack, construction worker, weighing in at 13 pounds and 12 ounces. He arrived with a bellowing cry, covered in tattoos, and whistling rudely at the nurses.
Woman Sam Clutch is sad to announce the arrival of a little bundle of underachievement. Mia Clutch, weighing in at 20 pounds and 5 ounces, came complete with slumped shoulders, listless eyes, and a whining cry. Birth was done by cesarean section.
Mr. and Mrs. Skilled happily announced the birth of their daughter Heidi, a highly effective leader. Heidi Skilled arrived full of confidence and energy. Her vibrant vision and well-rounded values inspired and energized everybody in the delivery room. She immediately put her natural leadership skills into action by pulling the team together to map out processes for ongoing personal, group, and organizational improvements.
Tomorrow, the maternity pool has bets on the arrival of a genetic scientist, a space station entrepreneur, an intergalactic pilot, a break and enter artist, and the Secretary of Tax, Complications, and Deficit Financial.
These births are clearly ridiculous fiction. You'll never see anything like them in the media or in birth announcements in the newspaper. Yet they reflect an equally ridiculous view that a lot of people have about leadership. Many people believe that they just weren't born leaders and there's not much they can do about it.
They believe that the greatest leaders of all time were born with innate characteristics and personality traits that were genetically ingrained into who they are, ranging from intelligence to physical attractiveness to wealth and even desire. They believe that all these aspects contributed to their ability to become a leader.
But is it true? Are those of us not born into wealth or privilege, not naturally book smart, who on the playground do not show signs of great leadership ability, capable of leading? Are we all doomed to follow those who have won the genetic lottery?
Henry Ford. His parents were poor immigrants from West England. They were evicted from their land and faced great challenges as they immigrated to America. This did not stop him, as he not only revolutionized the industrial production, but also had such influence over the 20th century economy. This combination of mass production, high wages, and low prices are still referred to as Fordism.
Oprah Winfrey. Born to a single teenage mother, she endured years of poverty and abuse. Hard work, perseverance, and a love of being on stage and public speaking have led her to become the wealthiest African-American woman, as well as the most influential woman in the world.
Craig Kielburger was born and raised in Thornhill, Ontario. He became the face of young activists around the world. Free the Children started off as a simple school project and now has become one of the most well-known international charities in the world. His charisma, passion, and drive has inspired millions around the world to make a change.
Were these leaders simply born to lead? Were Steve Jobs, Barack Obama, Angela Merkel, and Nelson Mandela genetically programmed to one day change the world we live in?
The answer is no. These leaders were not simply born to lead, they were made to lead.
Leaders are rarely born. Instead, they are the ones who are willing to make the decision to lead in situations when it is most expected of them. Leadership is a primary function of the situation, and in the right conditions, anyone can lead. What separates leaders from followers is the simple question of who has the desire, confidence, and drive to lead, to make the changes necessary to succeed.
Craig Kielburger read an article about a young boy beaten to death in a factory with child labor. Free the Children was formed. Angela Merkel has emerged as a great leader due to the strength of Germany. She has used her determination, which has enabled her to become a better leader in order to save the European economy.
People who have initiated and propagated great changes are seldom there because of a birthright. They emerge as they remain great leaders through their own merit, beginning with a decision to take on leadership and a determination to lead a cause that they believe in.
This is not to say that leaders were not born with personality traits and characteristics that are necessary to lead. It is what they do with those skills. Our ability to continue learning, continue developing, and recognizing the need to lead that truly influences if we one day will become a great leader.
However, it's important to remember that leadership isn't necessarily a position, a title, or a status. It's influence, and influence can only be achieved by building the respect of those around you, by giving them a reason to let you influence them.
As Vince Lombardi once said, leaders are made, they are not born. They are made by hard effort, which is the price that we all must pay in order to achieve our goal that is worthwhile.
All right, that wraps up this news for today.